Hi everyone, we're team SO1548 from the Assumption Boys School. I'm Eddie.
And I'm Gordon.
I'm David.
And I'm Ken.
So in this report, we identify the problems of high property prices, the long waiting time for public housing, as well as the shortage of affordable homes. For this report, we'll propose solutions to reduce homeless rate, as well as the waiting time for public housing.
So here's a little background of the current housing market of Hong Kong. Hong Kong is one of the most densely populated cities in the world. Limited developable land supply due to mountainous terrain, resulting in high price and also low affordability and home ownership rates. There's a high demand and limited supply of public housing estates, leading to long wait lists. Coffin homes and subdivided flats are also common for the disadvantaged. Housing investors drive up prices of flats and widen wealth gaps, decreases housing affordability. Hong Kong is regarded as the least affordable housing market in the world for 13 consecutive years. The median price is around 13K per square feet. And if you look at the statistics here, it would take an average household 18 years to fully fund a house without mortgages. The government should increase the proportion of public housing produced such that its percentage is higher than that of private housing. This can mitigate the long queue for public housing.
Okay, so the existing Hong Kong SAR policies and initiatives. Firstly, we have the public housing development, which basically is the provision of public rental housing and also the home ownership scheme, which is a scheme that allows purchase by low-income residents at around 30 to 40% below market level price. So the strengths of public housing development would be to provide affordable housing options to lower income people, while the weaknesses would be because the supply of these public housing falls short of demand, uh, it results in an unreasonably long wait list for public housing units, with an average wait time of 5.7 years. Secondly, we have the land supply and development, mainly the reclamation projects and the urban renewal projects. The strengths of these projects would be they can significantly increase land supply, and also renewal projects can optimize and improve land use efficiency. However, the public remains opposed due to environmental concerns. Although public housing development and land supply development may help increase the supply of land and housing, demand far exceeds supply, and the rate of development is too slow.
So let me talk about feasible practices and innovative solutions. So we can learn from the HDB, which is the Housing Development Board in Singapore. So they offer subsidized housing options, making them accessible and affordable for the majority of Singaporeans, especially for lower income households. So they also implement progressive tax rates and comprehensive stamp duty measures such as the ABSD and SSD. So this discourages speculations and make housing more affordable for low income people. So they also have more restrictive loan to value limits, curbing excessive leverage as well.
So here's a SWOT analysis of the Singapore HDB model. Its strength is that it is a proven system for providing affordable housing at scale. It also integrates housing with comprehensive urban planning and limits speculations and price markups through government control. Yet it is also weakness, which is it requires significant government investments and resources. It may also face resistance from existing private properties shareholders. Its threats are that it can have major resistance from such a major policy shift, and it has also challenges in adapting the model to Hong Kong's unique geography. Its opportunities is that it can address Hong Kong's severe housing shortage and affordability crisis, as well as improve the overall quality of life of Hong Kong residents.
So these are the recommendations we are going to make to the HK government. So to combat the high property prices and build more affordable housing, we are going to introduce a progressive tax system and stamp duties like Singapore. So this is to treat buildings as investment to oppose its original means of serving as an accommodation. The duties also force the people trading buildings as a commodity to pay tax. So as for tackling long waiting time for public housing, reclamation for building more public housing is needed, as Hong Kong has a mature technology for sale and efficient reclamation. So we also have to educate and advertise the public on housing policies, initiatives, and programs. So community outreach and engagement is needed to disseminate information and engage with the public, etc.
And we can also improve the cooperation between Hong Kong SAR government and housing authorities as well as the private sectors. This is known as the public-private partnership, which is called the PPS, and it tries to minimize their cost of production, but also maximize their efficiency in order to obtain the collaboration and funding for the governments. So the private sectors will fight and compete with each other so that they will achieve maximum efficiency. This will fasten the building of public housing.
Here's a SWOT analysis of the government actions. Its strengths are that it can utilize the reclamation technology to increase land supply for public housing. It can also focus on efficiency and speed, while also having comprehensive approach, combining government intervention, public education, and coordination. Yet its weaknesses are that the reclamation projects can be expensive and time-consuming. It is also heavily reliant on young people earning stable incomes, which may not be addressed immediately of current rate list. Its threats are that the environmental concerns and public opposition to large reclamation projects. There are also potential economic instability, affecting young people's ability to earn stable incomes. The opportunities are that it can significantly reduce public housing waiting times through increased land supply and fast construction, yet it can also improve coordination between government entities and private sector, leading to more efficient housing solutions.
So in terms of the financial perspectives, we believe that as from statistic research, the Hong Kong Housing Authorities has projected a significant increase in capital expenditure from Hong Kong dollar 22,000 million from 2023 to 2024 year to Hong Kong dollar 32K million in the next couple of years. This is primarily due to the increased construction activities and adjustment in construction programs. So this additional funding can be used as investment in private sectors. In addition, by implementing the stamp duties, because we learned that there is a deficit in rental housing operating account, increasing from Hong Kong dollar 1,000 million to Hong Kong dollar 4,000 million in the upcoming years. So this progressive taxation and stamp duties can increase government's revenues because sufficient government expenditure is required to carry out the investments and funding for infrastructure and public housing. Thank you. That's our presentation.